How can mobile health support various types of change? To understand this, we need to refer to the other modules and include a slightly wider discussion of what mobile health actually is. Within the health system, mobile health can support professionals in their own behaviours. So not the consumers themselves, but they can open up the possibility that a doctor, an informal doctor, a community health worker could be accessing mobile internet sources that would enhance their advice to people and give them a greater timeliness in navigating through the health system. Also within that health system, mobiles have been used very successfully in helping the users and consumers to navigate the health system. The simplest thing is actually just sending text reminders for appointments. So hospitals and the health services make appointments and then actually take the person's mobile number and send them a text a couple of hours before the appointment is due. This is now becoming very common in developed nations, and this has reduced the failure of people to turn up for appointments, thus alleviating stress on the whole health system because they're no longer wasting time and wasting resources. mHealth can also support the partnerships made between people in healthcare, between the healthcare professionals and between the patients. And indeed, in developed health systems, we are seeing that patient-centered care is emerging more and more, giving the patient data about their situation and letting them and helping them navigate their own choices. No longer is it the situation where a health professional dictates what should be done, but rather the health professional sits with the patient and facilitates a self-care package. That's particularly true for long-term illnesses such as diabetes, where people have to manage their condition on a day-to-day basis. mHealth can not only give them straightforward information, but again it can give them reminders and can help them be timely in their action. We've also said that within the behavioural change models that there's a group effect when people listen to and are influenced by their social networks. mHealth can enhance the combined impact of individual and group behavioural change. So again, having a little social network of people with the same condition and the same challenges discussing and sharing with each other. None of them may actually be professionals. They may all be receiving advice from different individual professionals, but they're now sharing that information and encouraging each other to actually stick with it, stick with the regime, stick with the care package. The role of social networks and social pressure is described in those behavioural change models as very important. And actually in practice we are seeing more and more that it is peer group discussions that are helping people manage their long-term health needs. We've talked about how mHealth can really tailor the information to the person's local situation, both in terms of the timing and in their actual location. So for example, in pregnancy, once a woman has registered for pregnancy, we know that at certain stages, certain things have to happen. Whether they should be going for their antenatal care clinic, whether they should be taking particular care at any given point, whether they should be feeding in a certain way. And mHealth can be almost automated to send out messages at the right time to the right person. These messages actually feel very personalized and very dedicated to that person, even though it is based on a single algorithm of the pregnancy. Now, how does that contrast, say, with the traditional media of radio and TV? Mass campaigns can produce short-term improvements and short-term behavioural change. But the whole future has the potential of a very media-rich presentations. It will not be long before people, even in the back and beyond of a country, can access videos and media-rich information. In this case, making videos of communities and people seeing each other doing a certain regime or certain action can strongly enhance behavioural change. For instance, everybody wearing motorcycle helmets suddenly makes you feel very exposed if you're not wearing one. So even in videos, if you see people riding around with safety belts and cycle helmets, This creates a momentum for behavioural change. This will very much come into mHealth applications once we get media-rich presentations.